Basketball in Focus, the court report from Shane's Rib Shack. Tamera Thorpe with us. Tamera, first of all, big question tonight. How do you like this cold weather?
Prefer it to be warm, but...
A little warmer today. You guys had like a 2-day delay, 2-hour delay, not a 2-day delay, but a 2-hour delay yesterday, right? Has that affected your basketball schedule any this week?
No, it hasn't. Because we practice after school, so just...
What about your exam schedule? Because the public schools, I think, have been doing some exam work the past couple of weeks. And what about for Greensboro Day? Did you get the exams done back before Christmas?
Right, we did it before we went into winter break.
Got it all behind, you got it all done. Now, you're a junior this year, right?
Right.
As we were talking about earlier before we hit the set here, my feeling was, and Coach Carney may agree, Coach Johnson may agree, the others may agree or disagree, but I felt like the program began to take a turn in the right direction when you joined and when Renata Rogers joined. Renata Rogers gave you that, I loved her rebounding. You're not going to watch her rebound all day long. Just a power, tough rebounder. And you came on as a freshman, right?
Right.
And you joined the team and gave the team some good movement. Good, like you mentioned a little bit earlier, kind of the 2-guard and the 3-position player, like the small forward, who can kind of cut in and cut out and rove around the basket. You guys helped turn that team around. Talk about the position you play and kind of your game as a whole. How's your game kind of work?
Well,
Every time you get the ball, say, man, I'm looking to score, I'm looking at this. Talk about how your game works.
I mean, always look at the basket first. That's what I was always told.
To the basket first?
Always look basket first, see what you're working with, and go from there.
Kind of check the defense, see what they're doing. Now, I mean, there's not a lot of time to think sometimes in these games. In the men's game, I'm sure they're taught to, like you say, evaluate the defender, how the defender's playing them. Do you have time to set defender? Do you use the drop step? Do you use that little lean step, try to burn or just try to take, let's say burn, that's kind of cruel sometimes for women, men too sometimes, but do you try to take that defender and beat them to the basket?
Generally, I do, just because my first step tends to be pretty
successful, that first step.
So, depending on where that takes me, that'll determine what's happening next.
Do you try to put yourself in a position, I know you do for a good shot, but you also put yourself in a position for a second chance shot in case that ball does not go in? Or you're around the basket trying to get the follow? Because I watch girls basketball sometimes, and sometimes the thing that gets me a little frustrated, especially with the guards I watch. Some of my guards, all these girls I've followed for years, my guards, watching the outside shot. And I'm not going to rag on Paris. I'm going to rag on Kara Shutt. You've heard their names, I'm sure. Kara's the Southeast. You know Paris, Cheryl Page. Sometimes I'll take that outside shot, and I watch them shoot the long 3, and they kind of watch that ball and it goes to the basket, but they don't follow the shot. I'm thinking so many times with their athleticism, if they would just shoot the shot, and you don't want to leave your position because you want the follow-through to be there because they want perfect form, but if they just rush in after the shot and try to be there to get the follow-up, they probably get a ton of rebounds.
Right.
And from your position, cutting the basket, if you put yourself in position to rebound, you may not get the first one clean, but you may get the follow to be right back up there. And I'm imagining a basketball game you're playing right now at the Coliseum in the Timco, you may not get that first shot, but you're in position to get that rebound, to get that second shot, and you're putting yourself also in position. If you don't get the second shot, there's still a good chance, whack, you may get fouled.
Right.
It's all about putting yourself in a proper place, I'm sure.
When I shoot, I mean, sometimes I will admit I don't always go for it, but I do get a lot of second chance points under the basket because the defense forgot to box out, or I got a long rebound and I go back up.
And you find something you like sometimes too right around that basket. If you know you've got a chance against that defense, you're just going to keep attacking that bucket and keeping yourself in position. Because the guard, I mean, here we go again using these terrible, mean, ugly slang, but the garbage buckets are good. That's good in basketball. You love to get that garbage work because that just kind of adds to your totals and also kind of rewards you too for your hard work doing the cleanup, taking care of the garbage.
Right. Another thing with that is when that happens, the defense realizes, okay, well maybe we should box her out, which frees up another player on our team. So you get the rebound, you can dump it down to them.
Good point too, because sometimes if that defense realizes you're hanging around the bucket, you're kind of leaning around the bucket. The one defender's lead the first time, the other one says, I'm going to get with her too. We got to attack this girl, and you're open, like you say, to try to get a pass back to your teammate, and she can cash in all day long. How about the success this team has had? How has that been for the Greensboro Day School Bengals? Because you've come a long way. I think you're averaging now over the past 2 or 3 years about 20 wins a season. That's got to feel good too.
Yeah, I'm really we're all really like proud with where the team is going and how far we've come and where it's come from. A big part of that is, like what Spirit said earlier, the drama there is no drama. We're basically a family now.
We're all mature, we're all working together.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're all working towards goals. We all know, now we spend time together. That's one thing.
Off the court too.
Right.
Yeah, we hang out together.
On and off the court, we're together. We see each other in the hall, we say hey, text each other, we have a group chat.
It's kind of like a family then, in a lot of ways. And you all have to get together. This sounds a little cliche-ish too, but you all have to get together for the same common cause.
Right.
And the same common cause is those two words I mentioned to Caroline earlier. You know those two words I mentioned to her. You probably didn't watch too much Monday Night Wrestling, but back in the day, the guy was, I got two words for you tonight. Two words, and those two words were Providence Day. I know it may not all come down to them, but boy, they sure have been involved in it the past several years. That's the team you got to beat if you want to win this championship this year.
Right. I mean, Providence Day is an extremely well-coached team. Jatari White is extremely good. Yeah. There's other players on the team, but it all comes down to how bad do you want it. But we're working towards it.
And it comes down to how bad you want it in game one, and then in the playoffs, say you're going down for the tournament, game one, the quarterfinal game, then game two, the semifinal game, you really got to want it bad there, because if you get over that hump, you finally made it to your major goal, to the championship game. That's where you really want to be. And then if you get into the championship game, I think you can take care of business and be prepared from that point on.
Right.
You should be close enough by then to be ready to win a championship. Right. But it does come down to Providence Day. If they're not in that Final Four, I'm going to be surprised. Because like I told Caroline earlier, I'd read about them in the Charlotte Observer earlier this season when they won like 4 straight, which is outstanding. 4 straight. I'd love to have one. They've got 4 in a row. They've got 7 of the last 8, 8 of the past 10. Like you mentioned, the coaching they had there is outstanding. Probably had the same coach probably most of those years. And then this young lady last name of White, who's just, I looked at their box scores a couple of times. The young lady last name of White, what's her first name again? Jatari White. She'll have like 26 points, 28 points. Then the drop off is, pretty large from there.
Yeah.
So she is the dominant force.
She's pretty rough. Let her get down low.
Let's look at this game. Let's go back a little bit. When you played them earlier this season, I think it was like about 61-54 the final, maybe about a 7-point game.
Yeah.
When you played Providence Day, you played them a pretty decent game. Who covered Jatari White in that game?
I believe that Amani, I believe started on Jatari, and her and Christiana would switch off.
Sounds like a good game plan. Sounds like you can't stop her just with one player. That's not going to be enough. Got to help out and got to switch up players on her. Probably going to use up some fouls against her too, I would think. She sounds like she's also a post player, just based on the fact that Christiana was on her and Amani was on her. Sounds like she's a post player.
She is. But she has. She shoots mid-range too, so.
Yeah. So you have to get somebody kind of drop down and help out on her too.
Yeah.
Maybe another player. Exactly. Attacking the season, looking at the season, success in the Tim Cook race. You got the 3rd place. Next step is going to be to win the championship there. You don't have to worry about that much now because you got other things to take care of your junior season. But from your standpoint, at least you know as a junior, you got another crack at it going back next year.
It was a disappointment, but we all learned and grew from that. And I think now we're realizing, okay, well, we didn't get Little 4, we still have states, working towards states right now.
Right.
So just taking it one game at a time.
And you got a good thing too, you actually had to come together pretty quickly because you lost, I guess it was the Northwest Guilford in the semis, had to turn it around pretty quickly. You grew a lot, I would say you probably had to grow a lot between, there's a lot of ways you can take this thing. You lost that semifinal, we lost again, we're not in the finals. The world has come to an end, but you can take it the other way. We need to bounce back and win that 3rd place game because that will also take us a step further than where we've been before. So you did a good job. You did handle that. That is a good thing.
Yeah, I was really proud with the team. We didn't do like you said and just take the loss. So we lost well. we took it like, okay, well, we lost, but there's more games to come. I mean, we can still get third.
And that's a large step. I mean, Greensboro Day's taking the baby steps to get there, but you're taking the steps, but you're being patient too. And like you say, you're sticking together and going from that loss in the semis to winning in that consolation game. That was a large step. I'd much rather take home the third place trophy because I don't think they give one for fourth, so you got nothing at all. I like to be on the court when they recognize the teams during the post-game awards ceremony. If there's nothing for me to get and I played it, I feel like I got left out. But you guys were there, you did participate in that, that's good.
It was definitely, I think that's probably a big thing that we realized. We can go home, no trophy, lose 2 games, which hurts our record.
Well, yeah, 2-1 is outstanding compared to 1-2. There's no doubt about that.
And I mean, we can go back. It's not first or second, but I mean, it's still.
And the thing about it was, you didn't beat a slouch team. You beat a pretty good Northern Guilford team. You go up against Aaliyah Greenwich and come away with success.
She's a really tough player. She's good.
Very tough. And that little Sydney Wilson, little point guard, she's not bad either. And Casey Johnson, number 25, she can score. They have some talent on that team. And that wasn't an easy win. That's good for you too.
Oh no, we had to fight for that one till the end. I mean, even though we were up, they didn't give up. They kept fighting, which we had to. It wasn't. You couldn't lay down.
You know, you hit the scene pretty hard as a freshman, kind of splashed out there, and you were doing extremely well. How have you gotten better, you feel like, with your game? What have you done to make your game better since your freshman year? Because sometimes you hit that scene pretty good as a freshman. This kid's great. This kid, you hear that, like, I'm going to hang with. What have you done to get better and improve?
Let's see, what about I've learned from coming from middle school, I was like the top person. I didn't really have to do too much. Yeah. But coming into high school, as a freshman, I wasn't as strong as everyone. There was people that could shoot. It wasn't middle school anymore.
Right.
There was people that actually understood how to play the game.
Yeah, here's my point I was going to drop in there. The good thing about it coming in, and it's so important in basketball at the high school level, is you knew where to be on the court. That helped a whole lot to begin with. But the fact is, the other players knew where to be on the court too. You can burn people in the younger levels when they don't know where to be. You just, take advantage of this guy or this girl. You can do those things. You get to that next level, though, it's a big thing.
Right. I give a lot of credit to my teammates. Like, they helped me to realize, okay, well, you can't always be a jump shooter. You have to learn how to attack the basket. You have to learn how to dribble. You have to learn how to play help defense. You got to learn how to pressure the ball. And that helped a lot because I haven't always had like the competition to like against people. I didn't always have somebody there to push me, but my teammates, they push me in practices and they help me to understand what I'm doing wrong, help me to fix it, and they explain it to me.
And you and Caroline both will have to take it to the basket, got to take it to the hole, as they say. You guys have to attack the basket. And sometimes that's not fun because there are times, after you go in a few times, you realize they're going to foul me, I'm going to get fouled. You get ready to take that beating. Some players, though, need to get hit a little bit when they go inside. It makes them a better player, but you have to get used to it anyway. To get used to a little bit of that pound and that contact when you go to the basket. That's
one thing I learned.
Middle school, if I'm Tamera Thorpe in middle school, I can stand outside and shoot all day long. They're probably going to eventually, by the fourth quarter, come get me then, but I don't have to go inside there.
Right. That was one thing I did have to learn when I came in. When I came in my freshman year, everybody was stronger than me because, they'd been lifting. I'd never lifted before until I came in high school.
Never saw weight, probably. Right?
I did like little side things, but it wasn't like actual lifting. And they came in and they were pushing me around, but it made me better, and I'm thankful for it. And I appreciate it now because before I didn't understand why they were doing it. I thought it was, okay, well, maybe they just don't like me and they don't want me to play. They want me hurt.
Yeah, I'm going to knock this kid out.
Yeah.
Take her spot or keep her spot.
But I realized down the road, they were doing it to help me and make me better and prepare me.
And it also teaches you, too, more ways to get to the basket and figure out more ways to score instead of just sitting in the same spot shooting all day long. You got to figure out more ways to get your buckets, to get your points.
Yeah, that helped a lot. lot. So I'm thankful for it.
Are you pleased where the team is right now? 22-2 is not too shabby at all. It's not a bad record at all. And maybe a loss here. What do you think about it? This is interesting. The old evaluation point, 22-2, and since you've only got 2 losses, it's not hard to go back and reflect upon the 2 teams you lost to, Providence Day and Northwest. Now, those 2 losses, those are not to 2 slouch teams, and the Northwest losses in a major tournament. I mean, that gives you something to work on with only those 2 losses.
I mean, we don't just look at losses. Like when we go over film, we're looking at games where we beat teams and figure out, okay, well, we might have beat them, but we still have mistakes here, and we need to go back and fix them. Not just you, the whole team needs to fix it. It's a team thing. So then we know when we get back into another game and that same incident happens, you know what to do.
Yeah, it's all about knowing what to do and learning from your mistakes, I'm sure.
Right.
What have you learned from Coach Carty and the coaching staff at Greensboro Day School? I'm sure they brought you along pretty well, too, because Coach Carty has a lot of heart, because we talked to him after the tournament at the Timco, and I think he played the 3rd place game. He's very emotional. He loves his players, and I think he cares for the girls in the order of age. The oldest one's probably a lot, because they're going to be leaving him soon, going to lose them. They graduate and move on, but it's good to see a coach that has that much emotion, that much care, that much concern for his players. What about that coaching staff, what they mean to you and the team?
One thing I do like about the coaching staff, I was always used to people in my face yelling. I mean, they do get in my face at GDS, but it's a different kind of, it's like a, I don't want to, it's not like quiet, but he just does it differently, and I had to learn how to cope with that, because I mean, you're going to have coaches that do that, and you'll have coaches that are in your face.
Right.
And I mean, you got to learn to work with those, and that's one thing that I have learned is how to work with different coaching methods and how different people coach.
Just got to prepare for the college game one day, because you see
definitely.
the travel coaches, like you said, some of those guys are all over you all the time, wearing you out. You just hope if that coach is on you all the time, wearing you out with the travel team or whatever team, that he comes back later and you get a little bit of that quiet praise. Maybe nobody else is watching. He doesn't mind giving you some good praise. You got to get that. It's all about reinforcement. You can beat me down, stomp on me. I love it. It's going to be good. But then again, after I get back up, after you beat me down and kind of remolded me, reshaped me, let me know. Hey, good to see you back up fighting again. What keeps you going? What keeps you staying in this game? What keeps you fighting? Keeps you going and trying? What keeps you trying to get better?
I mean, I love the sport. I love the game. I want to play in college. That's one thing. So I play AAU, so I can't just fall off in high school and get off the map. I have to continue to get better.
You can't really take much time off, can you? Is there a break at all?
I do. I get a few breaks every now and again, but I mean, I've gotten used to it. I mean, you have to love the sport.
There's probably a break sometime at the end of summer, maybe into the fall. A little bit of break then?
Yeah, a little break there. But then get back into school workouts.
Do you do any other sports? Is it all basketball?
I run track. I did cross country for a few, but then I had gotten back into fall ball and I kind of had to drop it.
So you're probably going to focus mainly on the basketball. That's probably going to be your major game now too. Thinking about the basketball team and as what you've done there, you talk about the college scene. Where do you want to go to college? Any ideas?
My options are pretty open right now. I'm not really set on one person.
Going to keep the basket full of eggs instead of limiting those eggs in that basket then. What do you got to do to keep getting better? What do you got to work on?
I think definitely just talking to my teammates,
communication.
I'm trying to get better with talking on the court.
Gotcha.
Not just sitting back and then talking after the play.
Some players need that too. They need that communication between you and them.
But that's one thing we are learning at GDS is that's a big part of it is the talking part on the court, and I think that's one thing we have gotten a lot better with.
See, there's all kinds of things you can be saying too, and if some of these things sound like they're, maybe not that important, but they're kind of little things that help out. If there's a screen coming, get a screen. The shots coming off the rim short, let them know, because if the rebounders, when they see the shots coming short, they know what to do. I mean, somebody hits a good basket, you made the pass, they made the pass, you let them know, if you make a mistake, my bad. I mean, you can say my bad at times. I think that helps teammates because that lets them know you don't mind taking responsibility. Yeah.
But yeah, that helps. Like, I mean, like I said earlier, we're pretty much a family now, so we're learning how to talk
And the
to
family
each other.
doesn't mind taking criticism.
Right.
Family learns to take criticism from their family members,
Right.
team members.
So we're all helping each other. They're helping me, I'm helping them.
It's almost like going to school on the basketball court. It's like a separate education within the academics of Greensboro today.
Yeah.
It makes you a more complete person, I would think, too.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Tamera, thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. You'll be able to watch this back, I think, on YouTube. It goes up tomorrow. You can listen back to it later as well. Good practice for the college interviews for the future. Let us know how your college plans go and keep us informed.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. We'll watch you tomorrow night against Wesleyan, and you better make sure you win and at least have a goal of 15 points. Shoot for 15. What do you say?